we're going to make some salsa and can it. So in here I got about half a pot of cold water I'm going to start heating up on the stove. Now this pot nice and clean, we're going to set on the stove. This is where the ingredients are going to go to make the salsa. This is going to be for our hot water bath canner. So we're going to start heating some water up in there. Get that filling. Here's some finished product I did a week or so ago, salsa. I'm using these jars to measure the water so I don't over boil too much water. Now the way I do it, right up to this little glass ring here is where I put the water level. I think that's all we're going to get. 7. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute when it's full. And again, these are already sealed and canned. I'm just showing you the level here. Just under the lid. I'm going to boil them again. I'll break the seals. That's just cold water right now. And take all these out. It's just to measure the amount of water in the pot. So these are all going to go back in my pantry. The 3 out. Got my shirt all wet. I'm going to change it quick. So that's all going to go heat up. Put this on the back. Get some heat into it. I'm going to move this camera around here maybe for a better angle. Try to set up here at a different angle today so you can see better. What we're using is Mrs. Wag's salsa mix. Bought at Walmart.com. Has instructions, and we're gonna doctor the recipe up just a little bit here. Add a couple extra things I like to add. So, but there'll be a link down below in the descriptions where you can buy this if you want to buy it. Okay, one of the things we're gonna need here is we got a case of pint-sized ball mason jars with lids. And we put down a clean bath towel here to set our jars on after they're done canning process until they cool. So you're going to need case of ball jars and lids, and incidentally, when I open the package, I tear the plastic on the top and I fold it down under the edges here, and all these straggle pieces I just tuck in. That helps reinforce the box for long-term use. Now this water that we measured out with the mason jars full of salsa already It's not only going to be for the hot water bath canning, but we're going to use this clean hot water to sterilize our jars and lids also. This is what we're going to make the salsa in, and this is the one that we're boiling to blanch our tomatoes to get the skins off. Okay, this package says we need 18 medium tomatoes, or approximately 6 pounds. And this is what we got for tomatoes. Some of them are a little green, some of them are yellow tomatoes to start with. But for the most part, they're red. They're the ones we're going to use. I'm going to wash them up quick here. If you watch my other gardening videos, you see I planted that new hybrid early spring gardening of the Burpee Super Plum tomato. It's not totally ripe yet, but they ripen inside faster than they do on the skin. But look at the size of that. Just for some kind of reference, this is an empty full-size pasta sauce jar. And this is the tomato next to it. Almost to the top of the jar. It's huge. It won't fit in the jar. How do they make pasta sauce if it won't fit in the jar? And that's a small one. I got green ones out there growing yet that are bigger than this one. This water is rolling boil, so we're going to turn it off. It's hot, plenty hot enough. And then what we're going to do is drop our tomatoes in quickly. And here's 6 pounds of tomatoes, roughly 18 medium tomatoes. Some are bigger, some are smaller. They all go into the hot water. Get a nice hot jacuzzi bath. Some yellow ones, 4 little yellow cherry, big yellow cherry tomatoes actually. And you give them a dunk, spinning them around a little bit. If you got any bad spots or anything, you can cut them out first if you want. I do mine after when I'm processing them. We're going to give them a little wash around. Now here you go. You want to be quick about this. You don't really want to cook them. You see how the skin's coming off? That's when you want to take them all out, put them in a colander, and rinse them with cold water to stop the cooking process. Not all of them wrinkle like that, but once you score them, you can see the skin will come off easier. Some of them need more time than others. Usually once they crack like this, it comes right off. That's when you take them out. Rinse these in cold water. Now don't dump this yet. You might need hot water to add in here or wherever you have it setting. So you can do that. Okay, so we're skinning these tomatoes. It peels right off, as you can see. Chopping them up, larger pieces. Making some salsa. Just score it like that if it's not cracked already. The blanching process. See? Pops right off there. Last one. Okay, we can move this to the side. Pause this just for a second. Here's the directions on the package. Let's see if I can zoom that in a little bit here. There's the directions on the package. Now I'm going to alter that. That's my choice. Now, first thing is, it says you need a half a cup of 5% distilled vinegar or apple cider with mother, organic, whatever you want. I double that. And then some because I spilled it. At least 1 whole cup. And the reason is I'm not pressure canning this. And I like it a little more pungent kick to it. There's 5% acid on that bottle, if you can read that. The other thing I'm adding, and I'll put a link down at walmart.com if you got trouble finding this. It's lime juice, 100% lime juice. Keep in my refrigerator. And we're putting in there 2 tablespoons. 2. This is the package of salsa mix that you can buy. Has a few dehydrated onions and peppers in the bag. I don't know if you can see that in there. So I pour it. Dehydrated peppers and onions. Some spice mix. Now, one of the other things I'm going to add you can get these Augustine's Farms dehydrated peppers at walmart.com. I'll leave a link at the bottom. And I use another tablespoon or 2 into the salsa mix. And like I said, I'll leave a link for these down at the bottom. It's about $23 a can or something like that. And then I have this fresh garlic. It's already peeled from the store. I bought this at Aldi. Walmart sells it, I believe, in the supermarket. And I like to add a bunch of garlic to my salsa. So I have here these little ones. I'll put in whole. These bigger ones I'll cut into a couple pieces, leaving them coarse. I might have 2 tablespoons of garlic cloves right here, but I'm going to put more. Cut in pieces about like that. I'm going to move the camera here so you can see those pieces. Here I have a fresh bag, another one. So I'm grabbing another handful. Maybe it's a total of a 1/4 cup. I'm going to chop these up quick and put them in their pot here. Just a coarse slice. Now if you like cilantro, you could add cilantro, but I'm one of the small percentage of people, or I guess about half the population, they say it doesn't taste very well. Other people love it. My wife and I, it tastes like soap. Now my son, on the other hand, he likes it. He could eat it. It doesn't bother him at all. But to me, it tastes like somebody put dish soap in my food. So I don't like cilantro. There's a little bit in this, but by the time I get done doctoring this up, I'll never taste it. With the lime juice, the extra vinegar, the garlic. But I bet you they might have put some in it. I didn't read the ingredients list. It probably just says herbs anyway. The other thing I add is to bring a little heat. I have this Mexican hot sauce. I guess it says Valentino, something like that. I'll leave a link in the bottom too if I can find it at Walmart.com, but I picked this up at Walmart. Oh, to your taste, but you can't really taste it right now, but I put in there probably 2 teaspoons maybe. And always use stainless steel. We're going to give it a good stir. One of the things adding those dehydrated peppers does is help thicken up this liquid so the salsa is thicker, not so runny. Now we got to heat this up on the stove till it simmers. Once it starts to simmer and it's hot all the way through, don't burn it, stay with it. But once it simmers, you can turn it off, take it off the heat. So until we get to that point, I'm going to pause you all here. Okay, if you look, I just gave it a stir. It's going to take a second here. You see it bubbling there. And over here. Okay, foaming here. See it steaming, how it's hot through. It's getting close. Give it another minute. I'm going to throw our lids in this boiling hot water here. I'm going to start with 6 jars. Put the jars in here, roll them around, take them out, and set them in the back of the stove. Move these empty ones out of my way. can run them through your dishwasher, however you like to do it. Okay, that's what you want. Now we're shutting that off and we're going to give it a good stir. Now at this point, I'm adding a couple more tablespoons of the dehydrated peppers to help pull some of that liquid out of here, make the salsa thicker. That's what I learned works for me. You could use some dehydrated onions. I also have here, and again, I'll put a link down below to these. Wow, did you hear that vacuum seal? I popped that top on that pull top can and it exploded. Dehydrated onions. I'm going to add 4 tablespoons. You know what? I'm going to make it 6. And we're going to stir that in to help thicken the salsa. It may not thicken up before it's canned, but it'll thicken it up as it soaks. Funnel, which we're going to douse in hot water to sanitize also. Set a jar here, put the funnel in. Also going to sanitize. So we'll take this, fill the jars. Just right about with mines to the bottom of the funnel. Another jar close, move the funnel to there, and I fill mine right about to this glass ridge here. Okay, we're going to take a clean cloth and we're going to keep turning it. What you're going to do is you're going to wipe that lid off where it seals. Another lid, and I just can torque them tight. And these are pint jars we're filling. You want that clean and dry. Paper towel works good, but I'm all out. And like I said, right or wrong, this is how I've learned to do it. Works good for me. When you do this, you want to do it and get it done while everything's hot. This one I got too much in, so I got to spill some back. You need that air pressure in the top there, that air space rather, to build the vacuum. Clean that lid off there, rim good. Slap on another lid. Move on to the next jar. Looks like we're going to get 5 pints today. That sink. Wipe that jar off. I think it needs a touch more. Put that lid on there. Remember I said save that other water in case you need some? Well, we had enough room for 7 jars. We're only doing 5, so now I got to add 2 more jars of water. And it's nice if it's already warm instead of ice cold from the well. Okay, there's that. I don't want the jars to sit on the bottom of the pot. I made this out of an aluminum pie pan. And we'll move to this fast boil burner. What I do is I put this underneath the jars to hold them off the bottom of the pot. I made this pie pan for the smaller pot over there, but I'm using the bigger pot today, so I thought we were going to have more. So I kind of got to just space it in the center. You want to keep this off the bottom of the pot, or they bang around and bounce up and down in there, it can break, because that little pocket of water in there, you see it's not flat, heats up faster than the rest of the pot. It keeps bouncing like a percolator. Okay, well that's heating up. Here's what the finished product looks like. Let's give her a try. Oh my God, that's good. Not too spicy, but it's right there, just perfect. So you can make that fresh and eat it. I just drained a little bit of the liquid off so it's thicker. And then eat it fresh if you like, chill it. Or can it for later, because I got 5 more jars to put up. Be real good in the winter. Okay, we're starting to boil. So we need at least 5 minutes. 10:31, we're going to go to 10:37 just to make sure it's over 5 minutes. So anyway, like I said, what you want to do is tighten that jar down pretty snug before you put them in the water. Make sure you tighten them down snug before you put them in the boiling water. 10:37. That one still says 10:36. It's about ready to click. So that's our 5 minutes. Some say longer. I know these are going to seal. I don't want to go longer because I'm just cooking the nutrients out of my food. There's enough acid in there from that extra vinegar and the lime juice that I added. They don't even probably need to be sealed because of the high acid level. They'll be like pickles. Turn that water off. I'm going to take a towel and quickly make sure these are snug, because I had a discrepancy in what I said before about leaving them loose. They should be snugged up tight before you put them in the water. Because you're putting hot stuff in them. And then they'll sit there and cool, spaced out like that, and then they'll seal. So until next time, please like, subscribe, leave a comment whether you like this video or not, or if it was helpful. And the other thing I'd like to add is, I mean, this is part of like prepping. I'm growing food for my family in my garden. I'm making things with it like salsa, and I'm getting a salsa at a very affordable price. And then I'm also saving it. I have approximately 18 jars, pints of this now, and 3 quarts that I put up. So I have like a 2-year supply of salsa now for my family. And you know, if the proverbial you know what should hit the fan, you know, this is another food thing that we have as far as prepping. Show you, I've been making and storing tomatoes. I put the date on them. I've been canning tomatoes the same way. You don't need a pressure canner because they're high acid. I've made pickles. I've canned some other vegetables that I've pickled. I guess you'd call it gardenia. There's pickles here I've canned. This is all garden mix. Pickles with cauliflower and onion and green beans. I've got loads and loads and loads of pickles here. This is some eggplant I pickled and canned. Beets and onions I pickled and canned. Some more garden vegetables. Little baby ear of corn in there. Those purple yard long beans you saw me grow in my other video. All pickled and canned. Just begun. So, till next time. Check out the links down below. Please like, subscribe, share it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you can. I'd appreciate it.